What's going on, guys? Back from YCS Sea-Tac. Been a little while since the last video, so, oops, sorry. But, yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good old time. Didn't quite make top 45th, but, no big deal. I think I was the highest ranking samurai player, so I'll give you that deck list. Because I know deck lists are a neat little thing to give people, so you can enjoy that. Yeah, it was 45th, X2 with a tie, but I don't know, it should have gone a little different. There was other things, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But I don't know, it was kind of up and down. I ended up playing 2 friends out of the 700 and something people that were there, so that's always kind of shitty, because no one really wants to beat their friends at a YCS. Like, at locals, it's whatever. At regionals, it kind of sucks. But at a premier event, that's the worst. But shoutouts to Darby. It was a good round 1. I'm sorry we both had to have the nutty shit against each other. That was really unfortunate. And day 2, Geo, man, that sucks. I'm sorry. Gateway loop is... Like, I like Samurai. I love gatewaying people. But I always feel really bad when I do it to friends. That's fucked up. And shoutouts to Robert also. That was a good match with the agents. I enjoyed that. And Giovanni, your Evols. You, sir. That was pretty legit. And Trenton Wright, congratulations on top 32. Man, I really wish I'd beat you, but congratulations anyways. I'm glad you topped. You really deserved it. That was cool. But without any more dilly-dally, here's that list. So, 2 Grandmasters, 1 Zanji, 3 Kizans, an Iru, 1 Anishi, 1 Yaichi, 1 Spirit, 2 Elders, only 1 Kageki, and 2 Kagemusha. There's a couple of weird things in here. A lot of people don't use Yaichi, but he was all-star for me all day. He was too good, legitimately. Bring him out with any kind of protection, and people either will try to overset to compensate, walk into a heavy, or they will not set enough. Like, they'll set nothing when they should have probably set 1, and then I can just bull rush and OTK. You can drop him with either the Grandmasters or the Kizans. It's just too powerful. It makes the deck a little more vulnerable to Thunder King, which it already kind of was. But the 2 Grandmasters is kind of compensation with that, plus there's a lot of traps. Pretty standard asceticism stuff. Kageki for these 2, these guys go together, these guys go together. Yaichi, I asceticismed off of him a few times with a gateway boost to make him an 18, and then asceticism into Kizan or Zanji, and that was pretty legit. But there's tricks. Yaichi, again, all-star. Anishi was all-star all day. Iru was taking out Spirit Reapers like a man. It was pretty good. But for any naysayers on the double Grandmaster, I'm just going to say give it a try. It can be a little rocky, but it worked out for me. So that's the monster line. Spells, 2 asceticism versus 3, which many people use. 1 gateway, which is obvious. Heavy Storm's obvious. Reborn. Only 1 MST, despite the popularity of 3 right now. I almost went 2. I was thinking skill drain might be a thing, but I was walking around the pre-reg. I was walking around a little bit before the tournament day 1, and I don't know, me and my brother, we were hanging out and didn't see that many skill drain players. Didn't look like it just didn't seem like it was going to be that good. Plus, compulsory was being really popular. Like, that card was on a huge rise, and for good reason. It's one of the best back row cards right now. But its trainability made it seem kind of unsafe to have 3 MST to me. Plus, hitting Abyss Sphere is the worst. So, I don't know, like, I just don't worry about it that much. It eliminates having to decide whether or not I need to shoot at it. So, taking away dead cards in the Mermail matchup, which is already hard for everyone. Fuck Mermails. But, yeah, only 1. 1 Rhoda, 2 Signals, 3 United. Only 2 Upstart Goblins. And the philosophy for that is that I had 38 cards I was really happy with. I wanted to speed the deck up a little bit, didn't know what to do, and instead of trying to throw in 2 cards, like, why not? Like an extra 2 Mystical Space Typhoons or something. This is faster, and it's like running a 38 card deck, so A lot of people see it as a 3 or none kind of card. I probably wouldn't use just 1. But using 2, it's like running 38 cards, and when you're trying to draw into Samurai that go together, Asceticism, More Uniteds, Gateway, whatever it may be, that is definitely helpful. Drawing the smoke signals, I mean, the math's there, you know. Plus, the fact that Gateway can win you games, like, I've thought about taking it out because obviously you're going to win the most of the time without it, so there's no reason to not to try to win all the time without it. But it's just too explosive, and I love it so much. Oh god, I don't even. And Upstart helps with getting that. Plus, if you first turn Upstart and pass, sometimes people read that kind of funny. I don't know, it's a little bit mind games, a little bit not. So, 2 Bottomless, 2 Compulse, 2 Dimensional Prison, 1 Double-Edged Sword Technique, 1 Memory of the Adversary, of an Adversary, 1 Mirror Force, 2 Makatama. This card was Champion 2. I won, I think, 2 or 3 games off of this by itself. Like, I took a Thunder King Ryo, and I ended up negating an Exceed Summon with the same Thunder King. So that was outstanding. And then I took somebody's Zen mains just to 1-for-1 it. They did it on the minus. So losing it ended up putting me up 1 anyway. And then when I got it back, I was up another. And they had to use a card effect to kill it because they weren't going to be able to get over it in battle. I feel like they could have waited kind of safely, but let's be real. I mean, people aren't always going to make the best choice. And even if you could wait, sometimes you don't want to. Your hand doesn't allow you to. I mean, I don't know what they had, but them using cards to get rid of the Zen mains caused a loss. So basically 1 there. And then just here and there being able to take out things, so it's definitely good. I used it to take an E-Hero player's Neos Alias a couple of times, and that was cool. And it says it special summons the monster, so I can't see it being super relevant most of the time. But here and there, you may be able to get a trigger effect off it or something. And in the mirror match, taking someone else's Samurai is outstanding. I don't think I need to explain that to anybody. I was playing for funsies, actually, and I ended up taking a Xian with this. I was Deep Prison, they had a negate, and then Memory of an Adversary. I take the 25 and take it. My monster lives. 2 turns later, I have double Xian on the board. It was silly. Yeah, Compulsory was a champion. Battered Exceeds monsters away all the time. I put an Abyss Megalo back in someone's hand, and that was pretty legit. Because some people think that's scary or maybe not the right choice, but it was the only card in his hand after that. Because he had already used the Abyss Spheres and couldn't search, so it was just the 1 Megalo hanging out. He wasn't going to be able to drop it anytime soon, and even if he wanted to hang on to the cards to be able to drop it, like, it was just dead in his hand. It was pretty good, but it's good for that. Yeah, and the rest is pretty standard. Only 2 Asceticisms, because I'm only using 2 Kagemusha. And the 2 Elder is an odd thing for some people, but Elder can alleviate my necessity to normal summon. Like Elder and Grandmaster, if I pair those together, special defense, special attack, it makes Torrential feel a lot safer, it makes Bottomless feel a lot safer. If they deprison this, I still have the ability to normal summon afterwards. And using it with Yaichi, I was able a few times to dodge Bottomless, blow it up, and then make a rank 3. Or dodge Bottomless, blow something up, and drop Grandmaster. So, again, this worked in tandem with Yaichi very well. And Yaichi was a champion anyway, so that was very good. But yeah, I did end up playing only 1 Mermails all day, which is kind of odd. But that was Trenton Wright from Top 32. Again, very good job to you, sir. I should have had game, but I don't know. I overthought it, and I went for the conservative play when I probably didn't have to. So, I don't know. It went to him anyways. But I played 1 Evol deck, 1 Agents. I ended up tying with a Windups, but I did play 2 Windups against Shouts to Darby. 2 2 spellbooks. Oh, well, it happens, I guess. E-Heroes, there's 1 E-Hero deck, and then there was also 1 Rabbit deck. And I lost to a Chaos Dragon player in time, which should have been a tie, but I was trying to rush it. There was like 1 second on the clock, and I just real quick drew my hand for game 3. I probably should have let it go to tie, because at that point, like, I was still undefeated. It could have gone really well, but you get greedy sometimes. You want to top too much, and there's that. So, but it was a pretty good time. Side deck, 2 Cyber Dragons, because I'm not having any of that. 2 effect failures, 1 system down. I actually side deck Chimera Tech Fortress. 2 debunks, which was a champion again all day. Hit Abyss Megalos, hit the Little Atlanteans that get sent to the graveyard with Diva. It can hit the Spellbook Priestess. I actually wrote an article about this yesterday, or finished writing it yesterday, and it's going to go up next Thursday on TCG Player, so check that out, it's pretty good. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors, 1 Mind Crush, which is too incredible right now, 2 Rivalries, and 2 Soul Drain, again for the Atlantean Mermail matchup. It didn't come up against Trenton, but had I played more of them, I'm sure it would have been a relevant factor. And I didn't play any machine decks of any kind, so these 4 didn't really do anything, but I feel like they more than likely would have if I'd played against them. And then in the extra deck, obviously 1 Xian, 1 Mistworm. It's good for endgame, it's good for time, it's good for, you know, pushing against Chaos decks that already have their graveyard exhausted. Beast and Barkion, I don't think that needs to be explained. 1 Xian. He has Xia 6 Samurai in the name. He can keep the gateway counters flowing and stuff. He's really good. Plus I was using him with Yaichi too, and that was outstanding. Won several games off Shockmaster, that card's too nutty. Blade Armor Ninja Gandiva makes the wind-up match a lot easier, and it makes the Samurai match a lot easier, so there's that. Heroic Champion Excalibur is too good. 1 Roach, just in case of Agents, Chaos Dragons. Puts a hold on those pretty good. 1 Maestroke, 1 Abyss Dweller for all the Dark World matchups. Luckily I didn't have any, but in case I had, plus Atlantean Mermails. And then there's Rogue decks, you never know. Gaga Cowboy, it's good. He changed a loss for me into a tie in time against a wind-up player, so that was pretty cool. The extra 800 burn was just enough to keep me out of the loop from losing. I recommend him all the time. Plus he can kill so much in battle with his effect, like he's too crazy. Acid Golem and Tempo. I'm not using Chronomaly, the rank 3 Chronomaly monster, which someone told me I should be. I kind of disagree. It seems like a bad Zen mains to me, because like all it does is keep you from attacking, and that's basically what Zen mains does. Zen mains has the ability to be aggressive too, though, which honestly I think is more valuable, and I don't use Zen mains either, so and the need for it just doesn't come up that much. I may have been able to win in time against someone if I had it, but I can't see anything in here that I want to take out on the potential of helping get a tie in time. Like, it just doesn't seem... If there's a 16th spot, I would put in his Zen mains, but it is number 16 on my list right now, so until that happens, I probably won't be using it. And also, shoutouts to Connor Snow. You are a little boss, and I'm glad you got out of your surgery okay. I'm glad you're feeling better. We already talked about it, but I'm just saying again, I'm glad you're feeling better. You were mentioning you did get sick just a little bit ago, so hopefully that's nothing. Be well, little man. You're too good. But I'm going to try to do more Decklist videos. There was that for you. And I don't know. We will play it by ear. Catch you in the next one, friends.